Hey everybody, this is Bishop. Today's video is about the Iowa caucuses that occurred last night, the Republican caucuses, and I sort of just want to give my opinion and my rundown about what occurred. Most of you know by now, if all of you don't, the winner of the caucus by 8 votes, mind you, just 8 votes, was Mitt Romney. And it's about time. Mitt got some respect, right, in the game, because he was being disrespected for quite a bit during this whole Republican sort of vetting process. So I'm glad to see that he did come out on top. Then Santorum was right behind him. Like I said, 8 votes separated both of the gentlemen. So congrats to both of them. They go into New Hampshire feeling really good about the progress that they've made. And if anything, I think that they're going to do an outstanding job in New Hampshire. So I'm really looking forward to see who comes out on top. Now, third, bringing up that rear, my man Ron Paul. I am so glad that he has finally got the respect that he deserves. Republicans, they give this guy a hard way to go. But this guy speaks a lot of truth. I call Ron Paul the truth slayer of the Republican Party because he's about one of the few guys. I used to believe that about John McCain until he showed his true colors in the last election. But I'll talk on John in a minute. But I really like Ron Paul. I know that he probably won't win the Republican nomination, and that's okay. But at least it's showing that he has a chance, that some people in the Republican Party are listening to other ideas. And I really appreciate that. Now, I like all of these gentlemen. I'm not a registered Republican. I am an independent. I don't, I'm not totally in bed with Democrats. I'm not totally in bed with Republicans. I'm not afraid to admit it. I voted for Bush too. Yes, I did. If I had to choose between my options, I believe at the time it was the guy with the big head. His name escapes me right now. That's married to the Heinz ketchup lady. But you know who I'm talking about with the big head. I apologize for not remembering his name at the moment. But John Kerry. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it. Something about this guy, I just really didn't like him. I didn't like a lot of his ideas. I didn't trust him. I didn't have faith in what he was saying. I didn't think he was very strong. Frankly, listen, if you don't agree with Bush, that's one thing. But to think he's a punk is a whole different beast, right? So, I kind of got off track, but you understand what I'm saying. So, if I had to choose one candidate, I would choose Ron Paul. But I know Ron Paul isn't going to win the nomination. So, if I was a Republican and I had to make a choice, it would probably be for Mitt Romney. But Mitt's not going to win if he goes up against Obama head-to-head. And but I like him. He seems like a pretty decent guy. But he gets punked a lot. Mitt's got to really get some balls. Really got to get some balls. So, like I said again, good luck to the guys and what they did accomplish yesterday. Now, we also had Newt in there. And it's interesting. What the hell happened to Newt? It's like Newt fell off the face of the earth, right? All of a sudden, he stopped being the guy. And I'm glad for that. Because frankly, he's not presidential material. He's a damn turncoat. He will say one thing one day and one thing the next if it's going to get him ahead. Then you're not a president. I need you to be strong and hold fast in your convictions, even if I don't agree with them sometimes. But to flip, when the wind blows, you blow the other direction too? Not a good look. And he couldn't even fess up to divorcing his wife or one of his exes and being mean and trifling to her in his personal relationships. Dude, people really don't give a shit about what you do in your personal life. What they kind of do give a shit about is when you don't own up to it. So long, Newt. I don't expect to see him doing anything much more. He needs to stop wasting his money and stop wasting other people's money and his time and endorse another candidate. I think he already has, but Newt's he's not gonna win. He's not gonna win. Then I'm saying this so sarcastically. My girl Michelle Bachman, didn't she get her ass whopped? Yes, she did, and good for her, cause she needs to understand all that shit she was talking was just that shit, and nobody was falling for it. She let the Tea Party get her all gassed up. Damn Tea Party ain't enough to get you over, boo-boo. You're gonna need more than them to rise above. Sarah Palin learned that, so did John McCain. You need more than the Tea Party. You need Republicans. And not only do you need them, you need independents. And Michelle Bachman was so polarizing. It was no way she was going to get those votes. So, adios, Miss Bachman. Nice knowing you. But I'm tired of you and your nothingness. That's what I call it. She reminds me so much of Miss Palin. I will say that I think that Bachman's probably smarter and she speaks better than Palin. However, I just can't take her seriously, and it's not because she's a woman. It has nothing to do with that. If anything, I think she tries to use the fact that she's a woman as a crutch to get over, but that's just me. But, you know, I'm not going to give her any more time. I'm glad her time is up. The other thing that happened as a result of the Iowa primary is John McCain comes out and he gives his endorsement for Mitt Romney. And I'm not really quite sure how much weight this endorsement holds. I know some people in the Republican Party still hold John McCain up at a very high level. I'm not in the Republican Party, but I can say as an individual who used to like John McCain prior to the election, I don't find much. His endorsement isn't all that important to me. Why? Because John showed me in the last election he's a bad decision maker. He has poor judgment skills. This guy had the election in the bag. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't sure if Obama was gonna be able to beat whomever they made the Republican candidate. But when John McCain picked Sarah Palin, not only did I know it was a damn shoo-in, it showed me that John McCain just doesn't know how to make a great decision when his ass is up against the wall. I don't know what made him think Sarah Palin. Of all women, you could have picked Sarah Palin? Hell, I think Republicans would have given him a better break if he would have picked Hillary Clinton. Are you serious? Come on, dude. Sarah had no substance. I can see my house from Russia. Fuck, I can see the goddamn monument from my damn house. That don't mean a damn thing. What are you saying? Come on. This lady's ridiculous. And so is John. I need John to sit his self down and those little arms. I need him just to go sit somewhere. He makes me uncomfortable anyway. Anybody with arms that doesn't stretch down far would be very uncomfortable. He almost looks like a puppet when he walks around. So, what am I thinking going to happen in next Tuesday's New Hampshire primaries? I just think Romney and Santorum are going to go neck to neck. Going to go neck and neck with this. I think Paul's going to have a great showing. I want Ron Paul to actually move up in the rankings because it forces Republicans to think harder and to think more middle of the road. And I like Ron for that. Thank you, Ron, for forcing them to think more middle of the road. So let me know what you thought about the Republican primaries. You don't have to be a Republican to have an opinion. And even if you don't plan to vote for a Republican for the presidential election, I'm voting for Obama. I already know who I'm voting for because there's not anybody in the Republican Party right now that's in the primaries that I would really be interested in voting for, except for Ron Paul, and I know he's not going to win the primary, the Republican primary. So, you know, it'll just be interesting to see. But let me know what you thought about the primary. Do you think, you know, the best guy won? What do you think? And do you think, no matter who wins the Republican primary, if they will beat Barack Obama? I don't think so. Because B said, yes, we can. And we're doing some of that. But I do need B to finish it before it turns into no, we can't. But that's a whole other video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.